Hey guys, Coaster Director, bringing you a park battle between some pretty awesome parks. Carowinds, located outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, on the border between North and South Carolina, and Six Flags Great Adventure and Safari, located in New Jersey. So let's get started. First up, we have the Standup Coasters. We have Vortex at Carowinds and Green Lantern at Six Flags. So Green Lantern was the second stand-up coaster that Great Adventure has had, and Vortex is one of the oldest stand-up coasters by B&M. The first one being Apocalypse, which was actually B&M's first coaster. So both of these are pretty good, but obviously the point's going to go to Green Lantern, with Green Lantern being the best or the second best stand-up coaster, depending if you like Riddler's Revenge or Green Lantern more. So I will be riding both Green Lantern and Riddler's Revenge early next year, so that will be pretty awesome. Next up, we have the Arrow Minetrains. We have Carolina Gold Rusher versus Runaway Mine Train. Overall, Runaway Mine Train just seemed a lot better. Just it seemed more fun and more scenic, just better in my opinion. So I'll be giving the point to Runaway Mine Train. Next up, we have the Flying Coasters. We have Nighthawk versus Superman Ultimate Flight. Both of these are pretty standard flying coasters for their model or whatever, but Nighthawk, being the prototype model, is actually really rough compared to Superman Ultimate Flight, which is a butter smooth coaster, as you could expect from a B&M coaster. That's not too old. So, honestly, I've ridden clones of both, and I personally prefer Superman Ultimate Flight, but Nighthawk is even more rough than or is actually really rough, especially compared to Firehawk, which is really smooth. So, moving on. Next up, we have the B&M Inverts. We have Afterburn versus Batman the Ride. A roller coaster that has like 11 clones or something like it. I think it's like 11 or 12 individual clones of it. Versus Afterburn, a unique, awesome B&M invert that is super forceful, super smooth, just awesome. No challenge here. Afterburn absolutely destroys in this battle. Next up, we have the Wild Mice. We have Ricochet, a standard Wild Mouse, versus the Dark Knight Coaster, an indoor Wild Mouse with some awesome theming and awesome pre-show. Pretty great. So, obviously, Dark Knight Coaster will be getting this point. So, next up, we have the Wooden Coasters. Not a very fair fight at all. So, we have Hurler, a pretty standard wooden coaster. It's not that great. And El Toro, an awesome, absolutely epic wooden coaster with an elevator lift and everything, or an elevator cable lift and everything. It is a super smooth, super fast, airtime filled roller coaster. Although the Hurler is not as bad as the King's Dominion counterpart, it's not nearly as good as El Toro. So, obviously, 2 points for the Bull. Next up, we have the family coasters. We got Flying Ace Aerial Chase versus Blackbeard's Lost Treasure Train. Blackbeard's Treasure Train is not that good of a ride. It's a Tivoli, not that great. So, and Flying Ace is actually it's unique. It's decently unique. It's more unique than the Tivoli model Zier coaster. So, I'm gonna be giving the point to Flying Ace. Next up, we have the Kiddy Coasters, worth half a point. Lucy's Krabby Cabby versus Roadrunner Railway. Overall, Lucy's Krabby Cabby is a little bit bigger. However, both do basically the same thing, so both will be getting a point, or half a point. So, next up, we have the Hyper Coasters. We have Intimidator versus Nitro. Both of these are absolutely fantastic B&M Hypers. Both include incredible airtime, and this will be a little bit of a dividing point between people. Which is better, Intimidator or Nitro? Personally, from what I've heard, Intimidator is the better ride overall. Just more airtime. It's about the same as Diamondback, but both are absolutely great. But I will have to be giving the points to Intimidator. Another category. This one is a little bit of a weird one, but this is pretty much the height category, the tallest in the park. Giga versus Strata. Kingda Ka, the tallest roller coaster in the world, the second fastest roller coaster in the world, versus Fury 325, the longest coaster in the US and the tallest Giga coaster. So, honestly, great matchup here. Both provide some pretty awesome, memorable rides that you can't really get anywhere else. So, if you know me, or if most coaster enthusiasts would have to say that Fury 325 is going to be way better than Kingda Ka. Kingda Ka has a rough launch now, or a kind of pretty rough launch. It has over-the-shoulder restraints compared to Fury 325's very, very comfortable and very open seats. Not as open as the new hypercoaster trains, the version 2 hypercoaster trains, but still very, very open and freeing. And so Fury 325 will be getting the point. Will be getting the 3 points. Carowinds has 3 extra coasters. They have Woodstock Express, Carolina Cyclone, a 4 inversion, very weirdly colored Aero Looper, and Carolina Cobra, actually pretty decent looper. So all 3 will be getting 1 point. And Great Adventure has 3 extra coasters, Skull Mountain, Bizarro, and Total Mayhem, which will be coming next year. And since the off season, I will be including it now. So all of these are Skull Mountain will be getting 1, Total Mayhem 1, and Bizarro 2. So 4 points. Next up, we have the Drop Towers. This is a complete Toro absolutely destroys Drop Tower Scream Zone. Drop Tower Scream Zone is only 185 feet tall and a drop about 100 feet tall before it hits the brakes. This one is a complete destruction with Zumanjaro Drop of Doom. They will be getting the 1.5 points easily. Both parks have a decent selection of thrill rides, with Carowinds having a Windseeker and a inverting starship, or looping starship. And with Six Flags, you have a Sky Screamer, not as tall as a Windseeker, but still pretty fun, a Topspin, and a Larson Looper. So 3 points and 2 points. Next up, we have the family rides. Carowinds has 42 family rides, while Six Flags has 47. So Six Flags will be getting the 2 points because of the 5 extra family rides that they have. Prices are up next. We have $93 for a 2016 Gold Season Pass. This includes free parking and everything. And then we have 2016 ticket for $40. This is 2016 pre-order ticket, so it's a little bit weird. 2016 Gold Pass, you have $104.99, but that's for every Six Flags park, and then you have $40 for Holiday in the Park, which is currently going on. So I would have to give it to Carowinds just because of the $93 Gold Pass. This is for this park, not any other park combined. Next up, we have the park appearance. This one is a little bit of an argument point or whatever. However, I would have to say, with 2015, with the addition of Fury and everything and the new entrance, I would have to say that Carowinds is a better looking park. Just barely, but it's still a fantastic look. Both of them are fantastic looking, but I'd have to give the edge to Carowinds. So next up, we have the operations. A Cedar Fair park versus a Six Flags park. Who do you think is going to win? Obviously, Carowinds is going to win this because, especially with Fury, Afterburn, and Intimidator, 3 B&M coasters with absolutely amazing capacity. So, just great. It's going to be getting the 2 points. Extra attractions. Six Flags Great Adventure is the largest amusement park, and part of that, and a decent majority of that, is because of the Safari Off-Road Adventure. That takes up a lot of land, and it's really awesome. So, I will be giving 2 points to Six Flags Great Adventure. Winning by 1 point is Six Flags Great Adventure and Safari in New Jersey. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, keep coasting.